Wow, sister.
Hello, yes, my name is Bernice and I'm the cousin of Guy Jarreau. Guy Jarreau was also a victim for the Vallejo PD. He was killed on December 11, 2010. His life was taken way too soon. They completely violated Guy, his rights as a person and as a human being. They let Guy die. I can't even, excuse me. Guy was out there filming a non-violence video with some classmates from Napa Valley College when his life was stolen. He was out there for something positive, to bring forth something good to the community. He was a speaker, he was a teacher assistant, he was someone who would go around to help others. He fed the homeless. My cousin was a good person. He didn't have a record, he didn't have a criminal history, he was not the type to go out and get in trouble. And for them to single him out that day and then allow him to die. The thing is, the reason why I say Vallejo PD, the whole department, is because they all had a responsibility to save his life. Whether they put the bullet in him or not. They knew they were wrong, but they allowed him to die because they knew what they did was wrong. And if he had lived, he would be able to talk and he'd be able to speak on exactly what happened. But while Guy laid out there, they repeatedly kicked him. While he tried to get up, they kicked him down, they called him names. They called him mother, I can't even say it. They told him lay down, don't get up, while he was screaming for his mother. They have turned our family upside down. And no one, still to this day, it has been over 2 years and no one has approached my family with the fact that Guy was even shot, let alone demised. We had to hear about it from somebody who pulled up on my twin brothers while they're walking down the street. Now what kind of department does that? Who doesn't come to the family and say, hey, this is what has happened? Why should we have to hear about this from the local people? Someone they didn't even know. Just a regular person who knew of them with him stopped them in their tracks. It's not fair to us that we have to live in a community where we're suffering. But the people that are supposed to take care of us and to deal with the criminals, they are the criminals. So who policed the police? We have not gotten that answer yet. And I've been asking it repeatedly. Who polices the police? Because as long as they're allowed to do the things that they're doing and we don't stand up, they're going to continue to get away with it. About a month ago, they had a meeting for the community to come out asking us to build a relationship with them. What kind of relationship do we want with people who are allowed to murder us and go home the next day? Who? They're not treated the same as us. Because if we do it, if an everyday person, a regular person does it, we will be prosecuted. We'll be held in a, what size is that cell? Until we're what? Proven innocent. We're not allowed to go home. We're not allowed to go to our families on paid leave and have a psych visit and say, oh, you're okay to come back. Because why? You've been evaluated. But what about the victims' families who don't have that right? Who cannot go home to their loved ones and continue to live their life? It's not fair. So please, don't come at us ever again about building a relationship with you all when you are not treating us the same. If you all were to pay for the crimes y'all were committing, then maybe we would have more of an openness to the fact that we would build a relationship. Because we understand not all cops are dirty and down bad. But when you work along people who are, 9 out of 10 you become the same way. Because naturally it's in your heart to do so. Because 9 out of 10, like I said, it's not something that is put in front of you. It's something that you allow to be put in front of you. So if you're gonna act it, if you're gonna stand by them, then you're just as dirty. Just because you're not the one who put the bullet in Guy or Mario, all the other victims, don't make you no less guilty than the one who did it. Because you helped cover up, you helped all the lies you told, you talked to the media right along with them. And the medic, I blame the medic because you all had a responsibility. You all are under oath. So it's not just the cop who put the bullet in Guy's chest. The medic who didn't load and go. The ambulance driver. The rest of the cops. And why would you drive him? There's 2 local hospitals in Vallejo, but you decide to drive him past all these cities to where Walnut Creek. He's not flown, he's driven during the hour of traffic. Why? because you wanted him to die. But my cousin loved his life so much that he fought because he knew that God did not want him to die on that ground. He drove him to that hospital and let him go home in the comfort of a bed, because he said, you will not go out like this. But they said he ran. He didn't run, because my cousin was not raised to run. That's not in my family. I was talking to his mother earlier. She broke down. She's having the hardest time of her life, something she will never get over. And she said, you know what, baby, I'm her godchild. She said, maybe if I would have did this or this and that. And I told her, I said, Nan, it's not about what you should have done or you shouldn't have done, because you did everything you knew best. And my cousin did not run. Why? Because he was a man to stand tall. And that's something she always taught him. So he stood tall. He faced them with his hands in his air. And he took it like a man. Because the way I know my cousin and the way he wore that rosary on his heart every day, he walked with God and he knew that God was coming for him and that it would be all right. But it's not okay to let it continue to happen. The police have to be stopped. They have to be stopped.
That's right.
Because we will not go away. My family, and in this fight, I have come to know several other victims' families. And it amazes me that when are we going to stand up as a community and make a change in this little bitty town that's not about but yay big? When are we going to stand up? Why did it have to take all this to the point where Mario is executed in his car? Why did it have to come to this? Because people are afraid? Stop being afraid. Open your mouth, use your feet, and walk. Talk. Get out there. Because even if it's not your family, it could be. Because at the end of the day, what did the good Lord say? We are all brothers and sisters. So to lay up here and to say, oh, that's his brother, that ain't got nothing to do with me. It got everything to do with you. Because it's wrong. And it could be you tomorrow.